Alrighty guys, welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 2, Watanagashi. Last time, we had a fun little game, and yeah, that's about all that happened. So let's just get back into it. Sorry this video is kind of late. Talked about it in a community post, but yeah, had a busy week. But next week, we should be back to normal. I wonder if she's tired from all this work she's apparently doing. Mion spoke in a voice that went so far as to make whoever heard it lethargic. Yeah, it kind of was. True, I mean, isn't, don't we not even have like a good explanation for sleep? Or is that just like a thing people say? It's not even true. I don't know. I've never looked into it. And it might be like a myth, like the whole thing, you know, that idea that people only use 10% of their brain or whatever, which is completely untrue. I don't know, that could just be wrong, but I've heard before that we don't even have like a full good explanation for sleep and why it's necessary, but you know, that might just be some pop science nonsense. That's not true. I don't know. It was almost 3 o'clock. 6th period was almost over. By the way, Sadako and everyone else in the lower grades ended their school day after 5th period, so they were probably running around in the schoolyard right now. Oh, we haven't heard that before. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, what I would give to be able to join them. True. A boxing club? It's gonna be some stupid joke. It's gonna be some stupid joke. That's great. That's fantastic. Bam. The teacher cackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook. What? Ow! Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that shrewd. Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed-grade school. When they knew class was over, Sadako and Rika-chan returned to the classroom. Oh, it is time. We haven't had a good real club game in so long, have we? Like, obviously, you know, there's last time, that was a special occasion, you know. Now we are really back into it now. I'm gonna readjust. Okay, there we go. Don't we have to do that at a special, I don't know, special location or something? There's no way we can just do it here. We need an audience. Yeah. I agree. I bet that'll be like the climax or something. Some crazy shit's gonna happen in this chapter, and then we're gonna have to do this. Absolutely. I'm cheering for you, Rena. Don't worry. I couldn't help but watch as Rena entered her pining maiden mode. Pining maiden mode. Oh man, we haven't had him teasing Rena in so long either. Like, with a saccharine Keiichi brand smile, I ruffled Rena's hair roughly. That noise, that sound effect. I don't know if that's part of the voice line. Wait, we'll try it. We'll play it in a sec. It's not. Dang. Rena turned bright red and short-circuited, smoke billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Rena and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. Okay. Even if it was in somebody else's imagination, it was terribly troubling. Troubling? Don't say that. When Rika-chan said that, everyone burst out laughing at once. Sadako's not gonna get it. True. I guess. Mion's the one just who beats everyone. Mion leered with the gaze befitting of a club president. No, befitting of an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was as good a moment as any to try to get started. I don't know why I added try in there. What are we playing? Mion let out a small interjection as she rummaged through the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always a ton of things crammed in there. Everything that's jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know. On top of that, things used for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. That locker, maybe it actually extended through the wall into the fourth dimension. That's my theory anyways. I'm sure that's true. I bet that's it. If not that, then how else could you explain how someone can pull out item after item? After Mion touched her hand to her chin briefly in thought, she turned around without pulling out any games. A card game, maybe? Rena and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same way. With this group, there's no doubt even if we were pulling weeds from the school grounds, it would be fun. Yeah, it probably would be. They would make a game out of it. I hope they do that. I hope in one of the future chapters there's a game where they pull weeds from the school grounds. That would be awesome. I didn't even think about that. How he... Oh man, he didn't say that out loud, he just thought it. I love that. That's probably it. That's probably, in Onikachi, that's probably why Rena and Mion and everyone knew all that stuff. They could just look at Keiichi and they just knew. That's totally like what it's referencing, right? To like make fun of you. Like for sure, it has to be. I've always been told that, but ever since I transferred, it seems like it's been especially bad. I need to develop a poker face or I could be in for a rough time. Yeah, they'll be able to tell what kind of ramen you bought if you aren't careful. We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. In no time at all, everybody's gaze focused like a tiger or a shark, listening intently. That's right. From the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun. Sympathy. I don't think I have. Maybe. That might be a weird name for it. Sympathy. It means to share someone's feelings, right? Maybe I might know this. Interesting. Okay. I've heard similar games like this, I guess. Ah, I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school, where we were on the bus during a field trip. You know, here's like a game like this that, I mean, I don't know if anyone will get it, like an MCSR, when they do that game where the people have to place down like the same blocks, you know? Come on, surely someone knows what I'm talking about.
知らないゲームでしたよ。説明してほしいですわね。まずね、親がお題目を決めるんだよ。
Okay.
例えば、デザートっていうお題目
Dessert.
を決めたとして。
Ice cream.
さとこはデザートって言われたら真っ先に何を思いつくかな。例えば
Pudding.
プリンとか。
I would not say pudding. That would be at the bottom of my list. I don't know.
だったらさとこは手元のメモにプリンって書くわけ。
Makes sense.
全員で一斉の背で答えを公開し合う。
Man, Keiichi is gonna be screwed. Right? Like, all of these people, at least Mion, Sadako, and Rena, grew up in Hinamizawa in the same environment. That's really what it is, right? They've had very similar, you know, upbringings, and that is gonna make their answers be very similar. Rena moved here recently. I mean, she was born here, and she lived here for a while, so, you know, Keiichi is gonna be a fish out of water in this one. Like, he is not a man.
で、プリンって書いた人が2人以上いれば得点。いればいるほど高得点だから、全員が同じ答えだったら最大5点入るわけ。
Okay, so...
みんなと同じ答えになるように考えるのがコツなのです。
Interesting. Okay. It was exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of this game was to think in a way so that you have the same answer as everybody else. For example, even if you heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, if your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold off on that answer and change to one that seems like everybody else will choose. Also, like, Keiichi's a guy and there are girls. He is really screwed. He is so screwed. Like, man. The key becomes not what you think yourself, but being able to predict what everybody else will answer. It's a very high-level intellectual game.
みー、さとこのために1回だけ練習をしてみましょうです。OK。親は部長である私でいいよね。
Sure.
お題目を何か適当に。
Taking out her literature textbook, she began flipping to a random page.
1回だけ練習せんね。最初のお題目は
Shaved ice. Like flavor, I guess? I think that's strawberry. Sure.
かき氷って言ったら決まってるよね。
Yeah, I'm saying strawberry. Among the standard flavors of shaved ice, there's strawberry, melon, and blue Hawaii. The most popular amongst those is obviously melon. No way. Not a chance, Keiichi. Come on.
みんな書いた？じゃあ一斉に公開するよ。一斉のせ。
Let's go. I get a point. Yeah, cool. So do the points like multiply the more people? I don't really understand the way she explained it. Is it so since 3 people pick strawberry, and let's count me because I'm playing it too. Would that be 4 points for each of those people who said it because that many people said it, or is it just 1 point no matter what? What? I'm the only one with melon? Mundane? Wait, that's obvious. I would order strawberry, so.
レナもメロン味は好きだよ。でもやっぱりイチゴ味だよね。よね。
Right.
ケイちゃん、確かに私も選ぶならメロンにするよ。だけどね、これは連想ゲームだよ。かき氷って言ったら、まず人はイチゴでしょ。
Yeah, honestly, yeah, yeah. I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, it's this type of game.
リカのはなんて書いてありますの？それかき氷。
Yeah, she wrote some weird shit.
宇治金時です。
Is that some kind of alcohol?
たまらない美味しさなのですよ。
I think it is, right? Well, it might be delicious, sure, but it's not exactly run-of-the-mill. Still, it's a pretty refined choice.
さとこ、これで大体わかったかな？イチゴって書いた人は仲間が3人いるから3点。
I gotta look it up. It's gonna bother me if I don't know what that is. Fuji Shintoki. Oops, I spelled it wrong. What is it? Oh god, I don't know. Okay, it's not some kind of alcohol. It's like matcha. Okay, it's matcha, I guess. Weird. I don't know. That was a bad guess, Ruka. I don't know what that was all about. Okay, yeah, so that is interesting. You get more points the more, That is weird, isn't it? I guess you just get extra punished if you're like the one person who doesn't guess it, you know, and everyone else gets it. I guess that's...
この調子で点を競っていくわけ。わかりましたわ。それよりミオさん、今日の罰ゲームは何にしますですか？
Oh no.
やっぱりあるんだね。何かな？何かな？何にしようかね。ケイちゃん、何か提案ある？
罰ゲーム？そうだな。小学校の頃、罰ゲームってのがあったら。
God, I'm really trying to think like something that this game could represent in terms of like the story. Because I'm like positive all of the games so far have had some rough like they've had some kind of meaning to them. I'm like positive. This one, I don't know. I guess you could. I honestly think of a lot of stuff. Because I'm positive part of it is going to be Keiichi not fitting in. Like, that's obvious. That's like an obvious part, right? Like, Keiichi is going to lose horribly for the reasons I already explained. I'm 100% sure. He failed the first round, right? And that's like obviously been like a theme of the game already about, I mean, you know, Keiichi doesn't fit in. Like, right, yeah. But I don't know, other stuff. I mean, the idea of like, this association stuff and like this consensus idea, it just makes me think, it makes me think of like the idea of all these different possible explanations for all of the stuff that we saw happen in Onikakushi, you know? And I feel like it could somehow be related to that, about like the obvious explanations versus the less obvious explanations. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll be further illuminated. What is that?
つまり負けた人が全員の荷物を持たされて運ぶってやつでしょ。
That's not that bad.
男子がよくやってるね。全身ランドセルだらけにして歩いてる小学生よく見るし。でもどうするの？さとこちゃんとリカちゃんのお家は私たちと逆方向だよ。
Just imagine Sadako or Rika lose and they have to carry everyone's bags around.
じゃあ1位の荷物をビリが家まで運んであげるでいいんじゃない？
Sure, there has to be a catch though.
結構いい距離になっちゃうしね。それくらいならいいかもね。なんだか今日の罰ゲームは簡単ですよね。
There has to be a catch. Come on.
この程度の罰ゲームではケイチさんにやらせても面白くありませんわ。じゃあもうちょっとレベルアップしようかね。ただ荷物運びをするだけじゃなく、じゃーん、これを着て荷物運びをしてもらうというのはどうかな。
What is it? Made up. Oh god. And we already know Keiichi's gonna lose. Like, obviously Keiichi's gonna lose, right? Like... It's not fair. It's not fair for Keiichi. It isn't. This is a disproportionate punishment. He has to wear it. Come on. Oh no.
そこは抜かりないよ。ケイちゃん用にちゃんと XL サイズも用意してあるもんね。
Cool. How long ago did you get this XL-sized maid suit just for Keiichi? Like.
さあ、ケイちゃん、覚悟はいい？メイドコスさせて外を練り歩かせてあげるよ。カチューシャからガーターベルトにショーツまで全部揃ってるんだからね。
Fantastic. Thank you, Mion.
絶対変だ。なんでそんなものがサイズごとに全部ロッカーに入ってるんだよ。
This is bad, Keiichi Maibara. Somehow, it's become a situation where only my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. Yeah. What if I make a mistake and lose? I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Not this. Oh, ma'am, about that Maybara boy. Did you hear about him? It seems like he has a penchant for cross-dressing. Oh my, really? That'd be so embarrassing, you know. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, fantastic. Just don't lose, Keiichi, come on. That's just incredibly brutal. If we were to return this penalty to some semblance of normalcy, now is the only time. Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. Why on the way back home from school? Do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid uniform and carrying our baggage? Having them say master while dragging them around the village in such an embarrassing outfit. Okay, alright, well, like alright, okay. Yeah, wait, why am I panting? He's gonna... What is this feeling welling up inside me? No, now he's gonna want this one just because he's stupid and he wants to, yeah. Burning with passion, I firmly placed my hands on Rena's shoulders. He really has a thing for that, doesn't he? I turned to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly whites flashing with a brilliant gleam.
Oh, Kei-chan, わかってきたね。どんな罰ゲームでも恐れない。勝てばいいんだから。だよな、みんな。えい、えい。
Alright. From Mion to Rika, everybody energetically thrust their fists up high. Only Rena seemed somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? Keiichi, that is so mean. Why would you say that? If she wins, even for Rena, it's quite a delectable opportunity.
Oi, Rena. これ、かなりのビッグチャンスだぜ。メイド服のリカちゃんはサトコをお持ち帰りできる。史上最強のチャンスなんだぞ。
Sploosh. Rena begins spouting a fountain of blood from her nose. The look in her eyes completely changed. She shifted into cute mode. I was waiting for this, Rena. That look in her eyes. Alright. Mion opened up her textbook to a random page and read out a word that caught her eye. Summer break. God. What would I write now? What would I write down? I mean, really. And it's Japanese, too. Like, what would I say? Maybe, like, festival? Because it's Japanese, right? You know, like a summer festival. That's like kind of, you know, that's like an anime thing, obviously. Yeah, sure. Because of Japan, and this is set in Japan, I would write down festival. This is yet another quite abstract keyword. Well then, let's not worry about it too much and start with something like this. On Mion's signal, everybody simultaneously held up what they wrote. Let's see, what did everybody write? Oh, okay. Cool. 3 points for me, thank you. What did... Firework! God, fireworks is so close. Is that what Keiichi wrote down? Wait, there were only 4 there. Yeah. What did Keiichi write? Invigorating words that invoke the image of summer break. Certainly things that enrich the soul. As everybody approaches the soon-to-come summer break, a plethora of dreams should be etched upon their thoughts. Keiichi, what did he write? Literally, what did he write? What would he possibly write? Homework. Oh, that's depressing. Man, that is depressing. Why would you write that, though? What is wrong with you? Hey, come on. The room went silent. Like, you should already know. Like, Keiichi's so bad at this. Why would they write down homework when we have established that, like, the schooling system is so different here? And, like come on. Keiichi, you suck. Nobody could really follow up that response. It's as if my impertinent answer had somehow sullied the wonderful dreams of the coming summer break.
ケイチ君の夏休みって楽しくなかったんだね。大丈夫ですよ。今年の夏はみんなで過ごしましょうです。ケイチを一人ぼっちにはしませんですよ。
Urika-chan gently petted my head. What exactly did summer break mean to me? Summer courses, observing sunflowers, practice exams, special summer-focused seminars. I know nothing of hot summers, because I've always been in an air-conditioned cram school. The tears, they... God, they start crying, Keiichi.
灰色だったんだね。
Fantastic.
そんな哀れみの目で俺を見るんじゃね
This game called Sympathy may be more terrifying than I could ever imagine.
まあとにかく私とレナは2点獲得ね。続けていくよ。
I should keep my own score,
次
but...
は魚。
Fish. Ooh. What are those things called? Takoyaki? I just watched Madoka Magica. Like, the thing that Kyoko was eating at the, before she started fighting, Sayaka in Madoka Magica. What is that? Is that takoyaki? I think so, right? Takoyaki. No. What's it called? Yeah, it is takoyaki, right? I think so, yeah. Or taiyaki? Taiyaki. I guess it's taiyaki? I feel like I've never heard that word, though. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go with that, because again, it's Japan, so sure. So it's fish. So I don't know what else I would answer. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know what else I would answer for this. Oops. There we go. So it's fish. Come to think about it, I haven't eaten sushi in a while. By the way, rather than lean tuna, I'm quite the connoisseur on things like flounder. Or maybe like the name of a specific kind of fish. I literally don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wonder who I'll match with this answer. Because for a Japanese person, anyone would think of this. Or just like sushi, I guess.
じゃあいいかみんな。今度は俺から公開するぜ。
I mean, the only reason I'm saying taiyaki is just because I, like, I don't know. I watched that Madoka episode, and I'm just like, yeah, fish, Japan, there's fish things, sure.
せーの、せ。
Sushi. How about that for an answer? When you see a lively fish, do you want to steam it or grill it? No, to have fresh sashimi is the epitome of cuisine. Sure, okay, sushi, that's my second answer. Like, yeah, why not? Rather than write sashimi, however, I'll choose the more amiable term in sushi. That is my cunning ploy. But contrary to the intrepid resolve of my reply, everybody's expression was listless.
そうだよね。お魚って、
Yeah, no, that's totally like the difference because he grew up in the city and they didn't. Like...
お寿司は美味しいもんね。
そんな道場っぽく言うな。
じゃあ残る全員も公開するよ。いっせーの。イルカ、クジラ、水族館。
What? None of those are... Hello? Dolphin and whale, like, those aren't fish. What, like, whales are mammals too, aren't they? Are whales mammals? Wait, are whales mammals? I don't know. Are they? Yeah, they are. No, fish. Those are not fish. Like, hello.
2点獲得ですわ。
I guess no one thought taiyaki. That was kind of a dumb one.
レナはクジラか。私も考えたんだけどね。イルカにしちゃった。
Okay, like, you guys are stupid. What are you talking about? If you pick dolphin, like, that is not a fish.
あ、そうだったの？レナは最初イルカって書いたんだけど、誰も書かないかなって思って。
Please. Okay, aquarium? What are you talking about? Everybody, excluding me, stopped and stared blankly as their thoughts drifted over the horizon. It seems as if they can hear the roar of the open sea from over there.
これで全員2点獲得ですわね。ケイチさん以外。ケイチ君の答え0点だけど、レナはとっても独創的で面白いと思うな。
That's not the goal though, unfortunately.
魚と聞いて真っ先に食用に走るとは。ケイちゃん。心の
My
貧し
bad.
さを
I'm
恥じた
sorry.
方がいいよ。
I'm sorry, Mion. I'm sorry.
心が貧しいとか言うな。だいたいミオンとレナの答えは何だよ。
Literally. Thank you.
全会一致で却下。次の問題いくよ。
What a horrid game this is today. As the games pile on and on, it seems as if I will further be exposed as a petty human being. I'm the only one who still hasn't earned any points. I want to at least get a point in the next round.
さて次のお題目は
I could keep going forever. Sakura. I mean, Blossom. Damn it. This time I'll do it. Keep your cool, Keiichi Maibara. Don't think what you would normally think. No, what do you mean? Okay. Everybody else here's a girl. Okay, sure. Stop thinking like a man. If you write down Sakura Mochi, here you'll only be repeating the tragedies of the past. Is that like, hello, am I like, I would like, not Blossom? Are you kidding me? You would like, okay, whatever. Sure. Throw away that gastrocentric male sensibility. Just for now, think of yourself as a girl. You are a girl. You are a girl. I am a girl. You know, this is, for when he has to wear the maid outfit, this is good. This is good practice, I guess. He can really get into
みん
it.
な書けたかな。いくよ。ケイチさん、今度くらい得点できないとやばいではございませんの。
This time it's perfect. I've completely suppressed my own instincts. This time, I will have a match. No, I will make it a match.
ケイチ君、今度は自信たっぷりだね。
He's gonna say something so stupid. I mean, what could he even say that would be idiotic? I just don't even, I mean...
今度はケイチ君と会うよ。
Oh god.
桜餅。
Oh, okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know what Sakura Mochi
書
is.
きましたですよ。
Ah, man. Rina and Rika giggled together. The voice.
今頃になって食い気を出すんじゃねえ。
ではケイチさんは私と同じではございませんか。
Nami? What is
お花見
Hanami?
ですの。
Man, we are really, like, Hanami. Flower viewing. Okay.
そうだよね。桜って言ったらお花見しかないでしょ。
If you say so, Mion. I guess I'm bad at
私
this
も
too.
書いたよ。
Mion and Sadako's response was Hanami. Hanami? Seriously?
お花見なんて酒盛りして地帯を晒す親父イベントの定番だろうが。なんで今頃になってあっさり女の子な答えを放棄するんだよ。
What does that mean?
じゃあ何ケイちゃん。あんたどんな女の子の答えを書いたわけよ。
なんでもないよ。次行こう次。
Before I knew it, Rika-chan had circled behind me and was intently reading the memo I'd hidden behind my back.
口紅って書いてありますです。
Card Master Sakura? What is that? It became dead quiet. What is that? The abrupt silence enveloped the room. It would be fine if somebody at least laughed at me or played it off as something dumb, but nobody even flinched. The feeling in the pit of my stomach reached critical mass, causing my once blood-drained face to flush with a sudden wave of heat. What does that mean? Why do we not have voice acting? Sakura can only mean Card Master Sakura, can't it? It's a super popular anime that's broadcast every week on the government-run networks. What are you talking about? Like, Card Master Sakura. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's from the 80s, I guess, so I've never heard of it. Yeah, I've never even seen this before. Actually, have I? Have I seen this? Maybe I have. No, I don't think I have. The art style's familiar, but I guess it's just like 80s, you know? Like, I mean, sure. I guess. I don't know. Keiichi's dumb, though. I don't know. It's broken through to every demographic from little girls to grown men. You've seen it, haven't you? No, you've definitely seen it. Even I'm not even gonna attempt that.
いや、そんな力説しなくてもよく知って
Yeah,
るよ。
but why would they write that down? It's that thingy where she fights in a different costume every week. Oh, it's like a magical girl show?
うん。知ってる知ってる。
It's cute, isn't it? Runa sometimes browses through it at the magazine stand to keep up with the story. I saw it for the first time recently. Sakura is cool and so cheerful all the time. I like that girl who's always filming with the camcorder. It's not just popular with little girls. It's also surprisingly well received by older boys, isn't it? Apparently. To think that Kei-chan was one of those. I felt like I had inadvertently blurted out something unnecessary and had completely self-destructed, but that wasn't the main problem. So you all know it, don't you? Then why didn't you write it down? Why? Keiichi, why would anyone write that down? Like, hello, what are you? I mean, Sakura means Sakura Kinimoto. No, it doesn't. Sakura-tan. Cardmaster Sakura is the right answer. Sure. Mion quietly put her hand on my shoulder.
ケイちゃん、今確信したわ。ケイちゃんは骨の髄なの。親父なんだよ。
Sure.
強制不能なくらい。
Fantastic.
なんでみんなそんな同情的な目で見るんだ。
そんなことないよ、ケイチくん。さ、頑張ろう。ここから大逆転だよ。
Yeah, I'm sure.
親父なケイチさんに逆転などありえませんわ。
I could keep watching this game forever, honestly. This is great.
おくらいなさいませ。
What was today's penalty game again?
メイドさん衣装、カチューシャ。
Yeah, seems fitting for him now. I mean,
1位の人の荷物を運ぶのですよ。
he can cosplay.
我が部の部員ならこの絶対不利を覆してごらん。さあさあ続けていくよ。
We aren't gonna get to see more, are we? We're just gonna cut to Keiichi having lost horribly. Man, that was a good game. I liked that one. That was a good one. Ugh. He's lost his mind. It's over. Come on. He's getting into it. It's fine. Yeah. See? Nice. Oh god. Thanks, Runa. Runa cheerfully adjusted the hairband that had been enshrined upon my head.
どうよ、ケイちゃん。本物の女の子の前で女の子の格好をする快感に目覚めたりとかした？
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
正直に言ってごらん。大丈夫。笑ったりしないから。
うわーてめえぶっ殺す。
Swinging Mion's bag about wildly, I chased her in circles for a bit. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, we didn't even have to add up the score to know who was on top. After that, in the changing room, with much wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion in how to put on everything from ribbons to underwear. Damn you, Mion. What do you mean, knowing this will come in handy one day? Awesome.
男がエプロンドレスの着方を習って人生のどこで役に立つってんだよ。
Fantastic.
ケイちゃん、声大きい声大きい。黙ってりゃ演劇のお稽古くらいでごまかせるんだから。そうだよ。
Like
大騒ぎしたら、その個性的な趣味の人だって。
How would they find that part out? Like, he could just be wearing woman's clothing over his normal clothing or something. How would they know? Like, come on. I shuddered from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream.
でもケイちゃんってさ、 お肌のキメ細かいよね。
I'm surprised Rena's not freaking out more.
お化粧のノリがいいってよく言われない？
Why would he have been told that? Saying that, Mion gently rubbed my cheek. What kind of man gets praised for being easy to apply makeup on them?
メイドさんのカチューシャをつけた感想はどう？これぞまさに画量転生。カチューシャこそがメイド衣装の真骨頂だもんね。
何が画量転生だ。バカこら、いじるな。
ケイチくん照れてる。かいい。そうそう。男の人ってフリフリとかって好きなんだよね。どうよ。
You know, honestly, he doesn't seem as upset by it as I thought he would. You know, he really, I don't know. It's awakening something in him for sure. Yeah, see?
バカやめろ。めくるな。
キュッとするでしょ。歩くたびに足元スースーするの。ちゃんと感じてる。
Don't whisper such strange things in my ear. My miserable manhood suddenly shifted. Man, this is something else, isn't it?
やっと気づいたかな？そう。今ケイちゃんは成人男子垂涎の
Oh God! What are we doing? What are we doing right now? Stop it, Mion. Really, why do you have to whisper that right in my ear?
メイドさんをギューって抱きしめたいって思ったことない？ケイちゃんは今ね、そのメイドさんと一体化してるの。わかる？それはね、肌を重ねるよりもずっと近い距離。ほら、息吹や鼓動が聞こえてこない？
Man, please. There we go. There it is. All right. On the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Runa's nose.
ちゃんとお化粧して、ケイちゃん好みのストレートロングのカツラかぶせて、ケイちゃんの理想をそのままの美少女にコーディネート。
Man, they had a wig and everything.
そしたらさ、私と一緒に街を歩こうよ。と男たちの視線を独り占め。
Fantastic.
それはきっと。
Man, we are really.
気持ちのいいことだよ。
This one is really just keeps going, doesn't it? Oh my God! Like, please, 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 please. This is like I'm getting Kizu 3 flashbacks to that one scene. Like, come on. Saying that, she tried to flip my skirt. This is definitely not the time. I can't let them see me with this male-centric problem. Crash thud. Before I realized it, Rena was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek. Yeah, please save us, Rena. Peering through Rena's vice-like embrace, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. This must be what Sadako and Rika-chan feel like when they become Rena's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Rena down from her frenzy.
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。今日は最高に楽しかった。
覚えてろ、ミヨン。
Oh man.
今日の屈辱はきっと10倍にして返す。絶対に俺が圧勝して、これ以上にすごい服を着せて持ち帰りしてやる。
Sometime he has to win. Like, come on.
おじさんに勝てたらね、その機会を楽しみにしてるわ。
Mion tossed me my clothes, and looking in as good a mood as I've ever seen her, left. Okay now.
ミヨンから解放された今、俺は1分1秒でも
You gotta like,
に逃げ帰る必要がある。
man, how do you, I mean, is there nowhere you can, I guess there's nowhere you can change, right? And it's a tiny town, there's not gonna be like a gas station he could run into or something.
そうだね。レナはミーちゃんみたいに上手じゃないから、誰かとすれ違ってもフォローしてあげられないからね。
Soon after that, I went into a full-out dash. I'm pretty sure I was running the 100 meters in about 6 seconds there.
じゃあね、ケイチくん。また明日ね。
See you, Rena.
おう、また明日な。
The fact that I didn't bump into anybody, I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. Would anyone describe Keiichi's behavior as constantly good? I don't know. It's been going my way today. Has it? And that moment, the front door opened, as if somebody was waiting for me. Oh, God.
おうケイイチ
Oh, no. Oh, no.
帰ったかお父さんはこれから散歩
Fantastic. I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. A normal person would have realized the peculiar scene before them around. Oh, Keiichi.
父さん
Did I read that right? Oh, I see what. Okay, I see what he means. Okay, I don't know. I couldn't parse that sentence for some reason.
これはほらいつも話してる部活の罰ゲームなんだよ
You just have to give up. You can't explain it. I don't know. You have to ignore it. Don't even try and explain it. Never speak about it ever. Pretend you don't know what he's talking about. If he ever brings it up, you have to get out of here. You have to give up. Like, you can't. This isn't gonna work. I didn't like.
今日はたまたま俺が負けちゃって
My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortably warm
ケイイ
hand.
チ父さんとアトリエでちょっ
What?
とお話ししような
What does that mean?
母さんに内緒でだ
やだよお父さん話してよ俺今から見たいテレビが
Yeah. Cardmaster Sakura. Mion, you shall rue this day. His artistic flame raging like wildfire. My dad dragged me along. I disappeared into the depths of the studio. That's fantastic.
ケイチいる？あら、お風呂だったのね。それ化粧水よ。
I forgot he had makeup on too. Oh god.
いやそれより何
ごめんね。母さんちょっと頭が痛くて。だから申し訳ないんだけど、お父さんと一緒に表に食べに行ってくれる？
Sure. My mom is a go-get-em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. So this kind of situation is hardly a rarity.
それはいいけど
What does her mom do? Do we know what her mom's job is? Because we know his dad is an artist. What does his mom do though? Have we learned that? If they mentioned it, I didn't write it down. I don't know. I don't remember if they've mentioned it or not.
母さんは晩飯はどうするの
母さん一人なら適当になんとかするから。いってらっしゃい。
ケイイチ
Oh god. I don't know, something's up with my
車で
throat.
行くから早くしなさい
Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He really only moves so energetically when it's time to eat.
お待たせでどこに食べに行くの
This is just the exact same shot we got when we were in Oishi's car.
うん
Maybe it's not actually. I don't know.
お父さんなこの間いいお店見つけたんだよ
Sure.
そこ行こうか
My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place it is that he'd rank it 3 stars. As one who seeks the way of the gourmand, I, Keiichi Maibara, am genuinely intrigued. The headlights of the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawa night, carving a straight path towards town. I was pondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was, shockingly, the family restaurant right by the station.
父さんの言ういい店
Is this the same one Oishi brought him to? The words Angel Mort were written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. Yeah, it is. It had the air of a girl-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a proper restaurant.
ケイイチは入
Oh
ったこと
god,
な
and
い
he's into it for the same reason stupid Oishi was into it. Like, come on. Come to think of it, I hadn't. There's been some times where I've traveled to faraway towns to eat. Oh god, I keep coughing. But returning only as far as Okinomiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone's throw away after all. I see. That was the reason I never noticed it before. We stopped the car in the restaurant's parking lot. It seemed like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here. But what really amazes me are the license plates. There's a lot of them that can't be from this area. Fukuyama, Nagoya. Well, that's fine. Chiba? Saitama? Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken to get here via the major highways. How would you possibly know that?
ケイチもどうやらこの店の凄みに気づいたようだな。
どういうこと？この店に来るためにこんなに遠方から人が来るってこと？
Following my dad, I climbed the steps and entered the building. The bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size and whether we wanted a smoking or non-smoking seat, she guided us inside. Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed that they were ready-made, so there wasn't much of a wait at all until our meals were brought to us. Why could I not read that? I don't know. Man, this is cheap, but it is, again, it's 1980 money, so... The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from your oops. I
味
skipped
だけ
that.
で言えば普通のファミレスに見える。
Not so different from your run-of-the-mill family restaurant.
味なんかはどうでもいいん
Yeah,
だ
it's
け
just the stupid outfits on the girls that Uishi, yeah, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I see. Maybe Keiichi could work here in his maid outfit. It just may be that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of the customers was pretty much all young men. It may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family, and yet it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country. If they didn't come from far and wide to eat this completely mediocre food, then there was only one other reason. Dad flagged down a nearby waitress.
すみません。セットのデザートがまだ来ないんですけど。
Hi, Mion? Hello? It's just Mion? Like, what? Like, huh? Like, hello? What? Okay. Huh? It's just Mion. Right? Is this one of Mion's jobs? I guess. They've been talking about that. But, like, really? Like, I don't... Okay.
日替わり A セットのデザートです。さっきからずーっと待ってるんですけどね。
Like, hello? Like, what is this outfit? Like, hello? Like, what am I looking at here? Like...
すみません。すぐにお持ちしますので。
Is that really her voice, though? But this is just Mion, though, right? Just...
申し訳ございません。
Is that Mion's voice, though? Like, hello? Like, it really... Like...
キュッとするでしょ。歩くたびに足元スースーするの。申し訳ございません。
maybe? But, like, that's Mion. I mean, so, like, I don't just... weird. The apparently rookie waitress rushed off flustered. Hell, Keiichi, are you stupid? Am I stupid? That's Mion. Like, hello?
父さん、ひょっとしてこの店。
いいだろう。
Huh?
ここのウェイトレスさんの制服。
Bam.
何をするんだケイチ。父さんにも殴られたことないのに。
俺は息子だ。
Yeah, why would he bring him here?
いいかケイチ。父さんは決して不埒なつもりで来ているんじゃない。
What is up with Mion? Why didn't Keiichi say anything? Am I crazy?
グッドでキュートでエキセントリックな衣装から受けるインプレッションを、芸術的インスピレーションをお前に感じさせてやりたかったんだよ。
Thank you.
お前だってこういう刺激を求めていたはずだ。そうだろ
Huh.
でも一人じゃ恥ずかしい。
So that's why you brought
分かっ
Keiichi.
てる。だから父さんが無理やり連れてきたんだ。父さんのせいにしていいんだぞ。父さんが泥をかぶったとしてケイチにはこの気持ちを分かって欲しかったんだ。
Thank you. I guess Keiichi, this is where Keiichi gets his crazy ranting from, I guess, from his dad.
トイレ行ってくる。
My father has always had a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a smokescreen. Oh, so just like you, Keiichi? I don't know. I want to believe that this won't be genetic. I have bad news. Continuing his one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the washroom. Are we gonna talk about Mion? With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go beet red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes alternating between the order slip and the table. Arriving at my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from over her shoulder. Maybe, like, Keiichi's so embarrassed he doesn't want to look at her. Just calm down and say, sorry for the wait.
大変お待たせして申し訳ありませんでした。
Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering that into her ear, the veteran waitress left. This waitress must have just been hired. With an absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly and maybe even somewhat perilously. Just watching her put me on edge. I silently watched as she placed the dessert on the table with an inexperienced hand. But it's just as Dad said. What incredible uniforms these are. They were like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of frilly outfit, all in perfect ratio. Most certainly a rather dubiously charming kind of fashion. In any case, she in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. What should I do? I was catching glimpses of too many things. That is, I didn't know where I should look. Look at her face and see that it's Mion, maybe? Wearing something like that walking around the restaurant, it's as bad as it can be for digestion. Even though she was wearing the outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know. It's alright to be more straightforward. Thank you. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is...
Mion.
Oh, God. Alright. On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude, I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion. Why is she here? God, oh no, he's gonna embarrass her so much. Like, oh god, dude. He's gonna get back at her for the maid stuff, and she's here, and... Girl, come on. You can't be doing this. Come to think of it, I did hear her talk about her relatives, how her relatives have stores in town, and that she sometimes works part-time to help them. The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instant. Knowing that this was Mion, there was no reason to feel that way. Well, actually, my animal instinct tells me that the power imbalance between Mion and myself has been turned upside down. That's right, I'm a customer. My position is superior to hers. The humiliation from today's penalty game was cutting through the recesses of my mind. There really is a god. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of vengeance burning in my eyes, Mion took a step back. I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that Mion is currently defenseless. We have not ever seen her like this. And just like the way she's talking, man. While confirming my attack was successful, I simultaneously lined up the combo. No, Keiichi, come on, we can't be doing this, like... I guess he's, he's getting back at her, sure. Is this alright, Keiichi Maibara? Aren't you taking this a little too far? Even if it's payback for that humiliation during the day. Isn't this too much? Hey, shut up, logic. To pay back Mion tenfold is a chance you'll hardly ever get. Oh god, please. She sounds so different, but this is Mion, obviously, like... Keiichi's voice right now, like... Entering a version of Runa's cute mode, blood spewing from my nose like a waterfall. I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete this verbal humiliation, revenge for today's events.
これくらいで今日は許してやろう。
It seems that Mion's neural circuits had completely shorted from the embarrassment. I might have teased her a little too much, or so I thought. But such a meek Mion is something you'll hardly ever see, so this was good for now. Leaving aside what exactly was good.
しかし知らなかったな。天下ごめんのミオンがウェイトレスは苦手なんてな。
違う。
でも意外な一面だよな。昼間のミオンに見せてやりたいよ。っていうか、レナたちにも見せてやりたいな。
God, he's gonna embarrass her so much.
レナなんかきっと狂乱して喜ぶぞ。あいつ、この店で働きたいとか言い出すんじゃないかな。
違うんです。
俺もミオンにこん
Oh
な
man.
可愛い服装が似合うなんて夢にも思わなかったぜ。
What's wrong?
違うんです。
While turning bright red, Mion finally spit out the words that were lodged in her throat.
違うって何がだよ。
私、ミオンじゃないんです。
Then who are you, if you aren't Mion? What? I was taken aback at Mion's confusing
ミオン
words.
じゃないって。じゃあお前は誰だよ。園崎ミオンだろ。
ごめんなさい。
Uh-huh.
言いそびれちゃってたんですけど、私、園崎シオンなんです。
Yeah, this is Sonozaki Shion. Okay, yeah, there's Shion and Mion. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't buy it. Sorry, Mion. I don't know. I do not, I don't buy it. So, I don't know.
姉がミオンなんですよ。
Older sister? My eyes unconsciously widened with surprise from this brazenly crazy talk. Mion, probably thinking that there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turned bright red while fidgeting nervously.
シオン？
Okay, my mind is working in overdrive right now about where we could be going with this. We'll talk about it
園崎
later,
シオン？
depending on where it goes.
はい。
It plays into the whole idea that I talked about a couple times during Anikashi with Keiichi creating Keiichi explicitly talking about how he created this separate personality in a way, and the whole Keiichi you know what, we'll talk about it. If this goes in the direction that I think it could be, I don't know, we'll see.
よくお姉に間違われるんです。
Yeah, I wonder why.
俺に
Shion.
会った時初対面とは思えない反応を示したよな。
Uh-huh.
それはいつもお姉が話してる人
And
だ
just-
から知ってたわけで。
Mion has just happened to never mention her sister ever. A little bit of a cringeworthy excuse, that is. But when I looked at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to tease completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be a leader who was normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to lash out at that Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for. Yeah, sure. So I understand. This foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion.
そっか。だったら
Okay,
悪かったな。
sure.
いえ、分かってくれればいいんです。
Weird, right? This is the strange, I don't know where we're going. Well now, she's self-aware of that fact, now is she? As I unintentionally laughed aloud, Mion, no, Shion, laughed with me.
シオンはこういう仕事初めてなのか？慣れてなさそうだったからさ。
実は今日がケイちゃんが初めてのお客さんなの。
A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Yeah, she just happened to say Kei-chan. Yeah, Shion, okay. Where'd my mouse go? God. Seeing that blatant quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop
おじ
laughing.
さんの店でバイトしてるってのは前に聞いてたからさ。もっと手慣れてるものだと思ってたぜ。
お店持ってる新類って他にもいるの。だから。
Her voice just sounds so different. That's what's throwing me off here, is that her voice sounds so different. I see. Makes sense. Anybody would be tentative doing a job they weren't used to.
ミオンはこの店手伝いに来ないのか？
Keiji, hi.
おねってほら、こういう可愛いの苦手なんで。
Ooh. I know what she's trying to say. I'm gonna write something down. I really don't know if this is where we're going. But I'm gonna write something down. We'll talk about it if it comes up and is relevant in any way later.
ミオンってかっこいい系の方が似合うやつだもんな。だからこの店の手伝いはシオンちゃんが来て正解だったと思うぜ。
Yeah, we really are. It's like we really are creating these two sides of Mion, you know? Like, huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard
その
me.
制服、ミオンなんかには絶対に似合わないと思うけど、シオンちゃんにはよく似合ってると思うしさ。
Interesting. It makes me feel like the stuff I was talking about in Onikashi about Keiichi, Keiichi explicitly talking about like these two sides of him and viewing him in a way as these two sides of him. I feel like it wasn't like weird crazy talk because it really feels like we're explicitly getting into that.
それって、
Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red.
どういう意味なのかな？
At least for this moment, it felt like the Shion character actually existed. Because there was no way that the Mion I knew had this side to her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room.
園崎さん、R 入っちゃっていいですよ。はい。
Mion finally returned to her senses. It seemed as if it was time for her to take her break.
じゃあ、私はこれで。
Man,
噂のケイちゃんと話せて楽しかったです。
of course, the other waitress calls her Sonozaki-san, so we don't get to, you know.
ミオンと勘違いしていじめて悪かったな。
It's just, the only reason I'm thinking this mythical sister could actually exist is just the voice is so different.
ミオンには改めて復習すると伝えておいてくれ。
But I feel like it fits so well with some of the themes that were like vaguely explored in Onikashi for this to actually just be like you know, presented the way Keiichi's thinking about it, this whole two different sides to Mion, you know? Especially potentially with like that scene with Keiichi giving Mion or not giving Mion the doll before. We brought up specific stuff like this too about how the doll just wouldn't fit her and all of this, you know. And she was like looking on like disappointed, it looked like, you know. So Mion having like this separate side to her that is like this girly cutesy side, which Keiichi explicitly called it out and said that, you know. Yeah, it totally fits, yeah.
メイドの格好をさせられて表を歩かせられたんですよ
Man,
ね。
we have not seen that face before. That devilish laugh and smile, it was exactly the same as the one I knew.
そうだ。たっぷり書かされた恥はきっとお返しすると伝えておいてくれ。
で、それより私、今日いじめられたことお姉にチクりますから。お姉に部活で敵を取られちゃってくださいね。
God, that laugh was so different than Mion. Like,
返り討ちにしてやら。
is this Mion? Mion laughed with a warm smile, devoid of any remaining nervousness, and disappeared into the back. I guess I do have to think about it like this, right? Like, the voice acting isn't part of the original writing, right? This voice acting is added in later, you know? If I was reading this without the voice acting, I wouldn't have the voice acting to go off of. So, I'm gonna forget about the voice acting. I'm gonna pretend that that's not a factor. So, if I'm ignoring this weird thing where Shion sounds different than Mion, 100% I don't think Shion exists. So, there we go. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right. For now I know the high and mighty Mion has a weak point to panic and get embarrassed about. But, of all things, for her to say she has a twin sister, I thought that maybe I should ask Rena tomorrow if she really has a sister. But maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. True. I've decided that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister. So, I'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. Interesting. I guess, I mean, that's the way Mion's... Okay. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new rule between me and Mion. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. That was a long trip to the washroom. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece when he was sitting on the can.
ケイチ、そろそろいいか？帰ろう。
Settling the bill, my father had his customer card stamped. It was pretty much filled. How often does he come here? I thought he said it was embarrassing to come here alone. Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular
さ
customer.
っきの新米ウェイトレスさんはケイチの知り合いか？
No,
なんだ物陰から見てたのかよ。
Dad had the oddest sense of tact
学
sometimes.
校の子かい？ひなみ沢の？
うん。俺の友達のミオンってやつの妹なんだよ。学校はひなみ沢じゃなくて町野に通ってるみたいだね。学校じゃ会ったことないから。
へえ。
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Right.
み
Like,
んなケイチと同じ学校に通ってるわけじゃない。
if Mion had a sister, Shion would go to the same, she's the school age, so.
半分くらいらしいよ。半分の生徒は町の学校まではるばる自転車で登校してるんだってさ。
In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. Okay, I guess that is true. I remember in one of the early tips in Onikachi they mentioned that, actually, so. True. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister, something like that? Even with Mion being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me both a little happy and a little embarrassed. That is probably the chapter, I assume. That was a good chapter. I liked that one. That was a very good game. That's probably my favorite game they've played so far. I really liked that one. Because I could play it too. That was like what made it fun, you know? Ooh. Does Shion really exist? Let's read these tips. Shall we? Interesting. Is there really a Shion?
あ、ミオンさんの家族？
まあ、もっと平たく言えば、あいつに兄弟とかいないのかなって思ってさ。
Isn't it in bad taste to be asking around like this? Come on. I was actually wondering whether her younger twin sister named Shion really existed, and my curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Sadako about it.
いるやらいないやら。
What? You don't know? She wasn't being very clear about it. Had Sadako never gone to Mion's house to play?
その反応からすると、会ったことがないみたいだな。
ええ、おばあさん以外にはありませんですわ。
As far as I could tell, there were already dark clouds over the Shion is real theory.
そういうのは理科が詳しいですわよ。理科に聞いてごらんなさいですわ。
Sadako waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight.
理科、ミオンさんのご家族のことをご存知ですの？
Rika-chan was surprised at the sudden question.
ミーには家族や親戚がいっぱいいますですから。
Apparently,
全部はなかなかわからない。
has a lot of uncles, evidently.
そんなにたくさんいるのか。例えばさ、
A little sister?
その崎シオンってやつは。
Oh, just asking out blatantly.
その聞き間違いかもしれないから、ひょっとすると実在しないかもしれないんだけど。
C ですか？
Okay.
シオンいますですよ。
Rika is saying Shion exists. Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real.
よく似た
Yeah,
名前
they
ですよ
sure
ね。
are. We have Shion and
間
Mion.
違えて舌を噛んじゃいそうですわ。ミーの双子の妹さんだと聞いたことがあります。
But you've met her,
あ
okay?
まり会ったことはないのです。
I guess. So she's real? Rika-chan knew quite a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much. But like, she can't be real, right? Or maybe, okay, no, wait, okay, what if, listen, what if Shion is real, but that just wasn't Shion, that was Mion pretending to be Shion, right? Because like, that had to be Mion, obviously, you know? Because like, calling Keiichi Kei-chan, and it was just me. It was obviously Mion, right? So, but that's like crazy, right?
何年か前に法事の集まりがあった時に
A funeral?
会ったような気がしますですよ。
Oh God, what if it was like her father's funeral?
このクラスにいないってことは、学校は沖宮の方に通っているってわけかな。
お家も沖宮なのかもしれませんわよ。だってミョンさん自身家族とは別でおばあさんと暮らしてるわけですから。
She didn't live with her parents? That was a bit odd. Was there something between them? I'm gonna write that down. Did I already know that? I don't know. Okay.
とてもややこしいお家なのです。親類の数が多いらしいですから、きっといろいろと都合があるに違いないのですわ。
For now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious. Like, you know what I'm saying, though? If Rika says Shion exists, I guess Shion must exist, unless Rika is in on it in some crazy way, right? But that had to be Mion. That was obviously Mion, right? So it could just be Mion pretending to be Shion, which is, like, crazy that she would do that, right? That just feels like it makes the most sense to me, though.
お、3人揃って何の話だい？おじさんも混ぜてよ。
ミオンさんいいところ
Oh
へ。
god.
ミオンさんに双子の妹さん
What is her reaction gonna be?
本当でございますの？
Ah, Mion. Crap.
妹
Okay, but what is this reaction?
うん。
Is it just
いるよ。
is it just because Keiichi is bringing it up and Mion is surprised that Keiichi's talking about it? Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face, at a loss. Because why would Rika be, like, in on it, right? How would Rika possibly be in on this, right? Because it seems like Mion just made that up on the spot. I think she's looking at me.
あら、それは知らなかったですわ。どんな方なのかしら。ぜひ一度お顔を見てみたいですわね。
会わない方がいいよ。全然可愛くないし、生意気だし、たまに電話で話すくらいで、私もしばらく会ってないし。
Okay. Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she was declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Literally. Anyway, this was pretty funny, so I let it go for a little while longer. Another Mion, under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? I had a mysterious feeling, as if I made a new friend, despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. God, I don't know what to think. Shion has to be real, right? She has to be. Because how would Rika possibly be in on it already, you know? Like, that's crazy. Reprinted from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide, April issue, Complete Conquest Analysis, Family Restaurant Chapter. Now, at last, we come to the blazing hot third day. To Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shishibona city of something prefecture. Why exactly do the most famous stores avoid the centers of human habitation? It can only be because it is a trial given to us by the god of war photography, I'm sure. It's famous locally for having the best desserts in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can just go to a censored place or something. We aim not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms. The fragrant aroma of sweat, wafts from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device. Oh yeah? How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with cute uniforms all across the country? War photography hunter. Away. Like, what are we talking about? The smoking areas are the real superpositions. Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. Ryu, yesterday, I failed to get seating. Today, I will aim for the ultimate golden seat, the corner box in the smoking area. Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so I'll procure a spot in the smoking area and set up camp there. As expected of Ryu, the hunter. He's saying his victory was decided the moment he chose his seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's something, and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. Okay. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scoping out his chance for a picture. For a picture? But, as if cursed by that from the day before, the god of war photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successive, firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chances coming his way. And after 4 p.m., a man began to take his orders. It looks as though he had been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. Ryu, my aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seems to have backfired. What is the fork technique? Maybe they were wary, since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. Perhaps the hidden camera in a bag trick is already an old... Like, what are you doing, man? Come on. If there were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking here half the day, I'd have a high encounter rate. I am mortified. Even so, he still got a few pieces of gold, as to be expected from the hunter. Fantastic. He attained this nice angle, despite lamenting his failure. He is an artisan. Awesome. More surprisingly, though, is that this uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. Fantastic. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to approximately half of the total prefectural police stations in the country. That thing the day before. The day before, our hunter took on the Shrine Maiden cuisine in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Despite waiting half a day, this much-anticipated Shrine Maidens, the much-anticipated Shrine Maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Now then, here we have the giveaway of the hunter's original photographs that always receive such high praise. We'll present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat, low-angle pictures of the Angel Mort uniforms chosen by the hunter himself. Fantastic. Yeah, thanks. Great. Okay. That was a crazy chapter, man. I don't know what we're thinking. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. Man, what is going on here? Alright, I don't know. I gotta think. My throat hurts. My mouth is tired from talking for so long. I don't know why. This one wasn't even that long. I mean, hour 20 minutes, a little bit long, but I don't know why, like, I feel like my voice is dying for some reason. But man, that was good. I guess, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know what to think about Shion and Mion yet. Crazy shit's going down. I guess we'll see. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.